What's up, everyone? Welcome back for the next part of my 2023 year in review, where I am going over my overall thoughts on the year with regards to my various social media operations, the world at large, and all that shit. So let's continue on here. We actually got just 2 more videos left in the year 2023. Love that. How about taking a break soon? Bitch, please. There is never any breaks to be had here at Basement Cave Studios. Seriously, have y'all seen how much content I produce? Like, y'all think I get a fucking break in between working both of my jobs and running all my various social media operations? Yeah, fuck no. Oh, I got cheated out of that shit. Alright, so anyway, this time I actually wanted to talk a little bit about my future plans. Wow, I fucked that up, didn't I? Son of a bitch. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about, actually not necessarily even my future plans, but my dad's future plans. Because for those of you guys who don't know, I'm currently living with my dad. I know. Some people are probably going to roast me down in the comment section saying I'm probably just some loser who sits in a fucking basement or whatever playing video games all day. Well, again, at least I contribute something to society. At least I actually go to both of my jobs. Because, again, for those of you out there who might want to be criticizing me, I have 2 fucking jobs, by the way, that I go and work at. Imagine that. You know, at least I get off my ass and do fucking something with my life. I mean, granted, they're not necessarily career jobs or whatever, but at least I do fucking something. At least I somewhat try to be a responsible adult. But anyway, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about my dad's future plans because they will have a potentially huge effect on my ability to produce content for you guys. So basically, here's the deal. My dad told me earlier this year, we sat down actually at a bar, local bar nearby that we like to go to. Very awesome place. Love them. Love that place. Very cute little bar, too. Absolutely love that place. I should go back there again sometime. But, yeah, so we sat down, we kind of had a discussion about, like, future plans and whatnot. My dad basically made me the deal of a lifetime. He basically said, here's the plan, kid. I plan to retire by the time I turn 65, which, if I'm remembering correctly, should be in, like, 2 or 3 years that he turns 65. I'm not entirely sure offhand. I don't totally remember. Basically in a couple years, right? So he's like, I plan to retire at the year when I turn 65. He's like, I could retire when I turn 62, but he's like, I plan to retire when I turn 65. That way I get a little extra money from Social Security, which is a smart move on his part. And one that I greatly appreciate. But he deserves to retire. He's busted his ass his whole fucking life. He fucking deserves to enjoy retirement. 100%. But I do appreciate that he's willing to stick it out for 3 more years. Again, I really, really do appreciate that. So I hope he has a good, long, happy retirement, no doubt. But he presented me with a very, very good opportunity, one that I will certainly be taking him up on. So he basically told me, because it's kind of a long story, but my dad has basically a girlfriend in the Philippines, right? She lives in the Philippines. She's actually a little bit older than him, I think. But yeah, she lives in the Philippines. And my dad actually ended up buying a piece of property out there. Pretty cheap, because apparently property's a lot cheaper there than it is here. So he ended up buying a property there. So he's got a house literally in the Philippines, right? So he told me, he's like, when I retire, I plan to retire to the Philippines. He's like, by the time I retire, I should have the mortgage paid off on the house that he has here in the United States, which is currently where I am right now. Basement Cave Studios is currently hosted in my dad's house, obviously. So he basically told me, he's like, here's the deal. I plan to retire out in the Philippines, right? I plan to head out there, and that's where I want to spend my retirement and stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. It's yeah, from what I've seen, it's a very neat place and whatnot. I do want to try to go there at some point in the future. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year, because plane tickets are literally $1,000 to go there. Well, for a round trip, I should say, which is kind of crazy in my opinion, but whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely have the money to do it, but that put a pretty big hole in my bank account. So I don't know if it'll be this year or next year, but I might go with him when he goes one of these times. But regardless, my dad plans to retire out in the Philippines. And he told me that he should have the mortgage completely paid off on this house that he has here in the United States. He should have the mortgage paid off by the time he retires. So he offered me a deal. He's like, I will let you stay in my house after I retire. And he's like, all you have to do is pay the bills and the taxes and shit, and you're good to go. That's it. No mortgage, just the utilities and taxes. Which, don't get me wrong, taxes in Illinois are no fucking joke. Because for those of you guys who don't know, I live in Illinois. Taxes in Illinois are no joke because it's a liberal state run by a bunch of fucking asshole cuntwads. Like JB fat-ass fucking Pritzker, who's a fucking fat fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm sorry, but that fat fuck is lecturing us about COVID. Do you know what the top fucking risk factor is for COVID-19? It's called being overweight, Porky. Why don't you fucking practice fucking some actual health shit before you go preaching about health to all of us, you dumb fuck? Yeah, we got fucking Porky Pig fucking governor fucking lecturing us about fucking public health and shit. How about you lose a few fucking pounds there, Porky, before you lecture me about public health and safety? Really? I know to all the fucking fat pride feminists out there, y'all are probably offended right now. Well, good. Be offended and stay offended, because your ideology is fucking stupid. And it's toxic. It's not good or smart to tell people that being overweight is healthy, because it's not. Newsflash, it's not healthy for many fucking reasons to be overweight. It is not fucking healthy and should not be encouraged. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent there, didn't I? I don't know if you guys noticed, but I do that sometimes because my fucking ADHD ass. All right, anyway, so basically that's... Wow, really? I missed that? That's fucked up. Anyway, so basically that's the plan, right? My dad is going to retire to the Philippines in a couple of years, and then I will have his house here pretty much to myself. All I have to do is pay the bills and keep up with, or pay for like basic utilities and shit. Obviously I've got to buy my own food and shit, but basically that's what I have to keep up with, paying the taxes and utilities. Which, based on the numbers that he quoted me, I think I can do it. It's going to be a little rough, but I think I can manage that. If the mortgage was thrown on top of that, then there's no fucking way I'd be able to live here. It'd be way too expensive, but if he has the entire mortgage paid off by the time he retires and shit, I think I'll be all right. Again, won't be glamorous. I'll probably end up eating a lot of like cheap ass food, maybe a lot of like Chef Boyardee or fucking ramen noodles. I mean, to be fair, I like ramen noodles, so if ramen noodles are the cheap way, I might go with that more than like something like Chef Boyardee. But I don't care, so long as I'm able to maintain my existence, obviously. I don't really care that much. Again, like I said, I like ramen noodles. So if I have to buy like cheap-ass fucking ramen noodles or whatever, have ramen noodles every other night, that doesn't bother me. Again, like I said, I like ramen noodles. So, that's basically the plan. But here's the other thing. So before my dad retires, like I was talking about before, his girlfriend that lives in the Philippines, he wants to bring her to the United States for a couple years before he retires, which basically means that she's going to be living with us for a couple of years. And here's the deal with me recording content with commentary. I only record content with commentary when nobody else is in the house. Like right now, for example, my dad is at work. So that's why I'm able to do this recording session for you guys right now. And so the reason, again, I do that for various logistical reasons, mostly just because I don't want my dad interrupting me in the middle of a recording session, especially if I'm doing like a storyline-based game where it's important I'm engaged with the story and I have to stay engaged with the story and all that shit. I don't want my dad interrupting my immersion of being able to enjoy a game. Also, because of extra background noise and shit that he might create. So, like I said, for various logistical reasons, whenever someone else is in the house with me, I do not record videos with commentary. Which, I mean, I guess the only other person who lives here is my dad's. But still, for those reasons, I don't record content with commentary when other people are in the house. I can record content without commentary, though, whenever I want, because it doesn't really matter if there's background noise and stuff like that. And usually with like games that I do without commentary, they're usually like racing games or fighting games or sports games, shit like that. I guess a little bit with storyline-based games, but mostly those are visual novel-style games, which I can end pretty quickly or pretty abruptly if I need to. But it's not like an action game where like I would have to end something like in the middle of a battle sequence or something. So it's a lot easier to deal with like text-based games. It's a lot easier to just break away from those right away if I need to. Like if my dad interrupts me in the middle of a recording session of doing one of those without commentary, like I said. So I can record those videos whenever I want, even when my dad is here. But videos with commentary, I only do when no one else is in the house. And for those of you guys who have been on my channel for a while, you guys know that when I play storyline-based games for the first time, I obviously always like to do commentary because I like to give my thoughts about things and whatnot. It's a little bit different sometimes with visual novel-style games. Even with those, I do still like to do commentary. But I will do those without commentary from time to time. I mean, I still feel like the videos are fun. You guys can enjoy the story and shit. And a lot of those like visual novel style games that I do without commentary are just like digital games that I bought for like, in some cases, literally like 50 cents because they were on sale. So I'm like, whatever. Gives me extra content to create for you guys. So the deal is that if my dad follows through with these plans, and there's a whole lot of shit that he has to go through with the government and whatnot, because obviously she's a foreign national, basically. So, not necessarily a foreign national, but she's a foreign person. So, in order to get somebody into the United States, there's a whole bunch of fucking hoops that you have to jump through and shit to do it legally, granted. But there's a reason for those laws. You know, you want to get into this party known as the United States, you got to sign the fucking guest book. You got to jump through those hoops. It sucks sometimes, but there's a reason for it. So he's currently working on that. So if she does move in with us, I have no idea what kind of schedule she's going to be on and shit like that. So it's going to make things incredibly difficult for me from a content creation standpoint. Again, it greatly depends on what her work schedule would be if she does get a job and when she does get a job and all that shit. But there may come a time coming up throughout the next couple years where there might be a year or two coming up where I have literally no time to produce content with commentary for you guys, which means I will have to take an indefinite hiatus. Not indefinite, but a very long hiatus, I should say, from working on any major playthrough projects. I'll still do a little bit of like those visual novel style games without commentary because you guys have actually seemed to really enjoy that content, which is really surprising. Like some of those videos, like I played a game called Secret Kisses Sweet and Tender, which that game is every bit as interesting as you would think based on the title. And yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I wasn't doing commentary on those videos because I probably would have gotten straight up banned right then and there. But anyway, like those videos actually got pretty good amounts of views, especially considering I'm being shadow banned right now. So So I will continue to produce those kinds of videos for you guys as well, but basically if she does move in with us, depending on what her work schedule looks like, there might be a very real possibility that I might have to take a 1 to 2 year hiatus from creating any content with commentary, which is going to suck. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. It's going to suck. I would love nothing more than to be able to, again, make this a career so that way I would have more time to, like, create content for you guys and do that kind of shit, play more games and experience as much shit. But unfortunately, again, the likelihood of me ever becoming so successful on these channels and with my social media operations that I'm actually able to turn a profit from it is incredibly slim. Like, the likelihood of that is incredibly slim. Most people who are content creators got to where they are because they were extraordinarily lucky. Not even because they were talented, but because they were extraordinarily lucky. And don't get me wrong, I'm not dissing all of them. Some of them are certainly excellent content creators. No doubt. But a lot of them, I would say at minimum, at least 50% of the famous content creators out there just happen to be in the right spot at the right time doing the right thing. And it's as simple as that. It was luck. But that's all hypothetical anyway. Like I said, the reality of the situation is that I need to go to work. I need to obviously have a real job, so to speak. I mean, granted, full-time streaming is a real job, and I'm not going to say it isn't. But that being said, as for right now, I still have my jobs and whatnot to be able to support myself and shit. And to be able to buy all the stuff that you guys see me play on this gaming channel. Again, everything that you see on this channel is 100% legit. I am playing an actual disc version of this game right now on a physical Wii U console. Again, I do not use emulation. No bullshit on this channel. Everything is 100% legit. Every single thing that you guys see me do on this channel is 100% legit. I do not use emulation or any of that bullshit. So, and again, unfortunately though, that takes a lot of fucking money. Again, I've poured a lot of fucking money into this YouTube channel and all my social media operations with a 0% return on that investment, as far as monetarily speaking. However, I have gotten out of it exactly what I wanted to. Play games, have fun, hopefully create fun content that some people out there will enjoy. I have achieved that goal. So don't get me wrong, it was money well spent, and I don't regret it, but again, you have to look at the reality of any situation. So that's basically the plan moving forward, is that for like maybe a year or two on this channel, I might be producing content solely without commentary. However, you guys haven't seemed to mind too much, because recently, again, I've been working on just producing content without commentary for a little while. Granted, I will return to doing my normal mix of content with commentary and some without commentary. Don't get me wrong, I will be back eventually to my normal style of doing things. But for a while, coming up on this channel, there will still be content without commentary, just for a little while I get some things sorted out behind the scenes. But swinging into 2024, once I start doing commentary again, I'm coming back, and I am coming out of the gate swinging and swinging hard, so you guys better be prepared for that. But anyway, I just wanted to inform you guys of all this shit going on and how it might affect my channel moving forward. I will have plenty of content to upload throughout 2024 with commentary. Again, towards the beginning of the year, it's still going to be a lot of stuff without commentary, but once I start doing stuff with commentary, again, it's going to be a pretty good mix of stuff with and without commentary. However, later in the year, I might start producing a little bit more stuff without commentary, but it will still be mixed with stuff with commentary, if that makes sense. I'd like to still be able to produce stuff with commentary for you guys as long as possible. Just because, again, that is my preferred way of doing things. I like doing commentary for you guys, but sometimes it's just not logistically possible to do that. So you got to make the most of the circumstances that you're dealt and shit. But regardless, I can honestly say I'm very excited for 2024. It's going to be good shit. A lot of fun stuff. No doubt. Even just thinking about it now, yeah, definitely going to be a lot of fun shit. No doubt, no doubt. All right, well, either way, folks, stay tuned for what will be the final video of 2023 coming up next. Until then, peace out.